Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk about designer glasses, designer frames, sunglasses, and prescription glasses. We're talking about designer glasses, Versace and uh, Cartier. Some people say Cartier, but a Cartier or Cartier. And I thought about buying some Gucci frames too. And ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky has his own line of designer glasses. Those are really nice. So I'll probably only get those, the ASAP Rocky ones. They have them at the local mall. But anyways, all these I've ordered, and I want to talk about real ones as opposed to fake ones. I want to talk about prescription lenses. I want to talk about the frames. I'm going to try each one of them on and show you what they look like. I got a hat on because I haven't cut my hair in a while. Only been fading it and I haven't shaved. I look like shit, but I'm not really caring about how I look right now. I'm just kind of like talking about my designer glasses and my prescription glasses. I have 3 prescription glasses, so let's get into that. And then we'll talk about reals as opposed to fakes and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm a gold guy. I got gold gauges, tunnels, gold in my nose, like gold hoops. I got gold everywhere, and I wear gold chains. So, and I do have a gold bottom grill I wear sometimes, not every day, but so all my frames are gold framed. Honestly, so we'll start with Versace. They're Versace. These are my favorite frames. This right here, I swear, man, this looks like it's 10 karat or 14 karat gold. It really does. It looks like real gold. I know a lot of these designer glasses are made with either 14K or some kind of gold plated material. I'm gonna zoom in right quick. I'll show you what that real Versace looks like. A good quality gold also. These are my favorite. Those are prescription glasses. These are Versace. These are also prescription glasses. It's a lot of gold, sometimes too much gold, and these are a little bit big for my face. They're like a 57 as far as the width of the lenses. These, I believe, these are 53. I like something more like a 56. 55, 56. I'll kind of get into what that means because there's numbers that y'all need to notice. So 53 or anything less is more of this medium to small size. These fit me real tight and snug. These are 57, so they're really bulky on my face. I do have a big face. I think they're a little too bulky. And these are just right. These are 56, I believe. That's how long they are. You can read in here, there's numbers inside that bar. You won't be able to see it. There's different sizes, so you want to kind of look out for that. Okay, so these 2 are prescription. This is obviously not a prescription. You can put prescription lenses in these. You can take them to your eyeglasses store, and when you get your eye exam and you get your prescription, you can actually give these to them and they can do Cartier glasses if they're authentic. I believe from what I've heard, fake ones are harder to put lenses in. So I have 2 prescription well, actually I have 3, sorry. I'm gonna there's a lot of glasses I'm gonna show y'all guys. But, okay, so that's not the one I was looking for. This is the one I was looking for. So, I have 3 prescription glasses. I had these about 2 years ago. I just never wore them. Nobody even knew I had prescription glasses. I remember the first time I wore my glasses to work, which was those. I couldn't wait to show them off. People were like, "Oh my God, you're wearing shades in the inside," and I'm like, "These are prescription." They're like, "No way." And I showed him my old ones. I'm like, I just never worn them. I have some people call it stigmatism, but in one of my eyes, the left eye, it doesn't see too well. And also it's kind of blurry up close. The right side is good visioned, but it just needs a little bit. And then the left side needs more, like, to focus. So what these are, just my seeing glasses. These are what they call, most people know bifocals, but these are actually progressive bifocals. So on the top, I can see clearly, and then on the bottom, I can really see close up on up close details. I don't know why, but it's like blurry. That kind of helps. Ah, there we go. It's a little bit more detail. These are my favorite. So I got two glasses, Versace, that are prescription and progressive bifocals. Then I have these guys. They're from Stanton Optical. I'm not a fan. These are from VisionWorks. Okay, so these came from Stanton Optical. Cheap, like $50, $60 frames. These actually came from online. All my Versace's and my Cartier. So we're going to talk about all these. So yeah, those are progressive bifocals. I got the lenses. I will tell you this. You think that the frames are expensive, and they are. They can vary. I know Cartiers can be up to $1,000 or more. Where are my Cartiers? Right here. And you can get a good deal, maybe 300, 500, stuff like that if they're used. There's buffalo horns, which are very popular, where this part is thick and white. Then they have the wire frames. This is a wire. And then they call that Big C. Then they have little C's. So they have buffalo horn, little C's, big C's, wires. I hear that these are popular in Detroit and probably other hoods around the country. What else? So, but what I was gonna say, going back to, it was actually $300 just to get my prescription lenses in each one of these. So $300. So if you're getting some Versace's for $200 or $300 and they're used, like I got these used off of what do you call it, like a wholesaler. I got a good deal, maybe like $200. I got these for $170. They're used, but when you take them to your eyeglasses place, they can put prescription lenses on almost any frames that you take them, almost. Okay, then they will give you like a warning that, you know, they're not liable for the frames if they break while they're putting the lenses in there. Anyways, you can talk to a specialist for all that. I am not a specialist, but I am somebody that likes designer glasses now. I didn't used to. I used to collect shoes, clothes, jewelry, got a gold grill. Now my latest thing has been collecting frames because I like the way they look. So yes, you get a good deal, you get them used, you get them from a wholesaler, and they're authentic. I'll talk about that here in a second. This is what you need to know, is it's going to be expensive to put prescription lenses in these frames that you want. So $300, so about $200, $300, that's $500 for that. $200 for the frame, $300 for the lenses. About $200 for this frame, $300 for lenses. That's $1,000 right there, guys. So I would hope that this is gold plated or 10K or 14K at least. All right. And then I have my Cartiers. All right, let's talk about authenticity. All right, because I have two of these. Both of them came in these. There's ways to tell that they're real. This face will be distorted and it won't look right. I have some glasses here that I can demonstrate to you. I bought them from the flea market for $10. Okay, this is before I got into the real spending, okay, guys, and I was just trying to look nice. there's gonna be distortion of a face. A lot of them just look like a blob. They don't. The color is off. This is not silver. It's not gold. It's look like a copper. Okay. Cheap, whatever, but they look cool. And for most people are not into designer glasses. They don't care about them. And most people don't spend more than 20 bucks on shades or more than a couple of $100 on frames. So when they see this, they don't know the difference. But most people that know about this stuff do. This is fake. This is a very terrible fake. It's cheesy and all that. Distorted face, off color. Now you look at the real one. The face has detail and the gold looks like gold. All right, and then so the letters, you gotta just Google it. These will look a certain way if they're not real. The face will be distorted. This is when you get a real Versace, guys. All right, more in there. I've taken it out. You will get instructions, you will get a manual, but what you will get that you need to pay attention to is to scan to verify. With every Versace that I've known of, and Cartier does it too, you will have paperwork, a serial number, and you will have scan to verify that it's authentic. This one came with this frame right here. This other box in the code is, I don't have it with me right now. And the Cartier comes in a red box and it comes with paperwork. I don't have that on me as well. Should have been more prepared. So yeah, there's some verification right there, and that's kind of how you can tell that all that's real. And it comes with the cloth. I have all the cloths. I have a Cartier cloth. I have 2 Versace cloths. Okay. I'll get into why these are my favorite here in a minute. When I first got these, I only had one prescription. These one prescription glasses. These black seeing glasses. All right, very basic. And then I got these, and I was like in love with them. So I took them, got my exam, got my lenses. The first lenses were not right, guys. I could see up close. And I could see very good. It was a nice bifocal, but it was a reading glasses, and I couldn't see far away. So having to push these down on my nose back and forth all day long wore me out. So the backup glasses, I decided to get progressives. I never had them before. I decided to try them. I loved them so much that I did not want to go back, and so I had to take these back and get progressive lenses in these too. UVA protection, blue light protection, all that good stuff. So if I'm staring at a screen all day, it's not going to give me headaches. UVA protection. The Cartiers have UVA protection too. All right. Let's get into. So we talked about the authenticity. Let's talk about the fakes. So fakes. Especially there's some fakes that you can spend $100 or $200 on, and they look more real gold. But the real cheap ones, it just looks like this. You can tell that. I'll show you the difference. See the difference? This is like yellow gold. Looks like a 14 karat. This looks like nickel or copper. It's probably copper plated, and it looks like a freaking nickel. Kind of like more silverish. Just looks like aluminum metal, to be honest with you. So, that, yeah, I got those for 10 bucks at the flea market. Let me show you another one. Let me show you another one to look out for. Again, looks like copper, ugly metal. Let's look at the real metal. Look at the real metal. That's gold. See the difference? It looks just like the other fake. Look at the face. It's distorted. There is no face there. On real glasses, authentic glasses, it's more like a yellow gold. like yellow and gold. On fakes, silverish looking gold. All right, so that's about all I can say about fakes. I'll say a little bit more, a couple more things before I end it off. It's real lightweight, flimsy, and you feel like you can break them if you just snap them. It's real lightweight. It's like plastic metal, and it looks like aluminum with a gold tint. I got these from the flea market again, $10 each. Thought they looked cool, and I could also display the difference, use them to display the difference with more authentic looking glasses. All right, lightweight, bendable, fragile. They feel like they're gonna break. Discoloration on the gold. All right, let's talk about, yeah, so we got the gold, the jewels look real, everything looks real. Okay, so there's always serial numbers. There's real numbers. It says made in Paris. There's got the serial numbers, all that. You make sure that, because fakes don't have that most of the time. Fakes have nothing. Sometimes they do fake that stuff. So you got to have the barcodes, got to have the verification. Gold looks right. You have numbers on the inside showing that the size of the glasses. A lot of times the screws inside here, so in there it says Versace, that checks out. Fakes don't have that. A lot of times the screws, they say that they're more like for a flathead and not a Phillips. This one actually is a Phillips, but that is not a guarantee that it's a fake. They do have the C's in there, the Cartier. The Cartier, and then it has the size, and then also on the Cartiers, you have the serial numbers, the serial numbers, the brand, all that good stuff. The only thing I don't like about these Cartiers, because I'm not 100% sure about them, is that this metal, the metal on the frames is dark. Like, it's darker than all my other authentic ones. The authentic ones are like a yellow gold. This is more, it looks like a rose gold. You can't tell right now, but like when the light doesn't hit it, it looks like a rose gold. It's not gold like I expected from the like the Versace's. It's the only thing that I don't like about these. But a lot of other things check out. It has the brand right there. It did come with the barcode. It came with the cloth. So let's try these on, all of them. And I want you guys to tell me your opinions, all right? All right, we're gonna start with some basic prescription glasses, you know? Ones you can find anywhere. It corrects my left eye, and I can really feel it. This is a strong lenses, but they're basic. All right, black, nothing crazy. I don't like them. They're too boring and plain for me. Anybody that knows me knows I'm flashy and blingy, but this looks, you know, it don't look bad. Wear like a black shirt or something. I want to show you something. These are about a 56, I can tell. All right, now we're gonna put on a 57. My prescription, progressive. All right, you see they poke out a little bit more further out. These are 57. I believe those other ones were 56. These are 57. Versace's. All gold frame in the front. You see I got gold everywhere. I like them. They fit my face because they are bulky and I have a big face, but they look a little goofy on me. But y'all tell me what you think. They look a little goofy on me. I think big glasses on people, they make them look like nerds, or I don't know. I don't want to look like a nerd or goofy or that. Now these are under 54, if I'm not mistaken, 53 or 54. All right, now these are my favorite. These are more snug, but the bling on them, the Medusa head, it's just, man, these are my favorite. They fit my face tight. Not too tight, but they're in here. They're not way out here like the other ones, but they're way in here. These are progressives also, so I can see on the bottom of the lens is a bifocal. I can really focus in on every little detail when I'm doing tattoos. I can see it like a magnifying glass, but up here it's normal and I can see while I'm driving. So I don't have to, when they were reading glasses before, I had to kind of like go like that, back and forth, and you don't have to do that with progressive lenses. All right, these are my favorite. Let's try on the Cartiers. These are not prescription. These are everyday use while I'm just driving, walking. These are 56. So those were snug. Those were 54. These are 56. I think these are about a 56 or 57, to be honest. And I know these right here are 57. These are large. These are like as large as you can get. They probably get bigger, but these poke out. All right. So we got a 53, 56, 57. We'll go back to 56. This is how much they go in or poke out as far as the width of the lens, okay? Then you have the width of the bridge too. That's a different number you gotta look out for. I love these glasses. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about them is this isn't gold like I want. You can't really tell, but since these are perfect and my favorite, I can always use them as like a comparison. See, it's darker. Not like a copper, but more like a rose gold. But anyways, I love these are my most favorite shades that I've ever had. You know, because most of the shades that I've ever had, you know, like $10 shades from the flea market or from Walmart. I've always just spent $10 or $20 on sunglasses, you know? But I've upped my game up, all right? I've upped my game up. Kind of looking like the dope boys from the block. Man, look at me, I'm fresh. I love these. These are my most favorite sunglasses I've ever had. I think I would get one more Cartier. I've seen some of the red lenses. I know Birdman's famous for that. And the ASAP Rocky, he has some that look like this and they're amazing. They're about $300 at the mall, and they're real because you can buy them at the mall. They don't sell fakes at the mall. Not like that. They say that they sell name brand Versace. All right. Fake, not even gold. But I mean, it's a nice, you know, nobody knows or whatever. I know I don't like to wear fakes. I'm not really I like authentic stuff. But if I were to buy a fake pair of Jordans off of somebody, like say the marketplace, or some fake frames and somebody scam me, then there's nothing I can do about that, you know? I'm not an expert, but I do watch videos and I see what other people say and what to look out for. Yeah, these are the cheapest fakes you can get. I'm gonna show you some other sunglasses. I'm not really big on aviators, but these are, for these to be cheap fakes, these are cool aviators. I have to admit that. Fake Versace always looks weird, and the squares and all that. And then, what is that? There's not even no face there. It's just, Usually they have like a lion or like a distorted Medusa face, and it's just not. But like I said, those are little throwaway ones. And so y'all tell me what y'all think. Again, these are my favorite. Let's show the real Medusa. See the real Medusa? These are my favorite. These are my favorite glasses. I want to wear these all the time at work, when I go out. Same thing for these. These are my favorite shades. I love them. These fucking go hard as fuck, man. I look like I'm the it guy when I pop up on a scene like this, and I got the gold grill and chain, man. I can't tell me nothing. All right. These give it more of a, instead of luxury, they give more of the smart, nerdy look. And that's cool. But that ain't really my personality. But I really like the black and gold as opposed to more of just gold, like mostly gold. It's a black and gold. This one over here, I believe that they call this the turtle. Somebody said that. There's a name for it. Y'all tell me in the comments. And then we go to basic. Look at that. Basic Superman glasses. These ain't bad though. You know, these actually, I think I would rather wear these than these, and I'm flashy, but these are just really, this is a lot of gold, especially when I'm out and I got the gold chain, gold right here, gold, 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 and gold teeth, and I got all gold frame in the front. It's too much, and it's already a big frame. So yeah, I prefer either the basic or something a little bit more snug. There you go, guys. These are my favorite right here. If you want to know where to get them, because there's wholesalers, or you can buy them from actual Versace, I can give you the serial number and the model number, because they all got model numbers. This is a certain model of Versace. It's actually one of the most popular ones. One of the most popular ones. This one's not so popular, but this is a different model. No, I think I want to get one more Cartier and the ASAP Rocky ones. Because, man. Other than my prescription Versace's that fit me snug, these are my second favorite ones. And y'all can see why. I almost wish that they were prescription, but maybe that would be too flashy, a little too flashy to be wearing at work. You would think that these are flashy, and they do have the actual stones and bling and gold, but because they fit so snug and they're not so bulky, the C's, the Cartier C's are a little bit bulky. It's not so bulky, it's kind of subtle bling, and it's not bulky bling like the all gold frame or the Big C's. And some of these Cartiers, that whole thing is iced out like diamonds, and the bridge is diamonds. Hey, hell, y'all seen D-Baby. He has gold diamond crosses all across the middle of his bridge with diamonds on the side, and then red lenses. Those red lenses, man, stuff like that, those are like $5,000 type of glasses, you know? I ain't trying to break the bank, you know what I mean? And now that I think about it, as far as 200 and 300, 500 for glasses, and then another pair that's 500, that's 1,000, that's still better than one glasses that are 5,000. So, but for most people, they wouldn't even spend that. They're gonna go to the basic, go to the eye store, get the little $50 glasses, and ain't nothing wrong with it. It's on what you like and what you prefer, your preference. So I'm a little bit more extravagant and blingy. So y'all tell me what y'all think about the glasses, all of them. All right. Thank y'all for watching. That's my review on all the designer shades, what to look out for on the fakes, and how they fit, the sizes, all that. All right, y'all stay tuned.